Hi, my name is Jocelyn and I wanted to share what happened during my welcome week at Walmart. So I am interning there as a software engineer and they had this big Associates Week celebration for all of their employees, and they happened to bring us in on the same week as all of this, so we got to experience it. So I want to tell you guys about that. And so first, my sister and I drove 10 hours from Atlanta to Bentonville. She drove 7 of those hours and I only drove 3, so I was not carrying my weight, but she is the goat and I love her. But we stopped by Buc-ee's.
I'm gonna be in it. Take a selfie of it.
So the next day I woke up at like 9-ish and got ready to go to the convention center for registration. Lila was being very cute and affectionate this morning, which was very nice because she's not always affectionate. I got to the convention center and I waited in all of their lines and I got my badge. I got a ticket to Jason Derulo and Meghan Trainor. And then I had to do all my I-9 stuff and I was good for the day. So after that, I checked into my hotel. Here's the entrance, fridge, kitchen, bathroom, all of my stuff. And then here's the room. That's basically it for the first day. It was very chill, nothing big. And then on Tuesday, I didn't have anything to do because they extended registration until Tuesday. So I took my sister to the airport at like 5:30 and then I got breakfast at the hotel. And then I went to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. But then after that, they had an event for us, which was at Topgolf. And I got to play a little bit and I met a lot of people, which was really nice. So I didn't get a lot of footage here because I was talking to people the whole night, but I met a lot of cool people, a lot of people from Florida, and they served us tacos, which was really nice, and also little cinnamon balls. Yeah, and then they had a little karaoke thing for all of the people to enjoy. Here's High School Musical. Yeah, that was Tuesday. So on Wednesday we had orientation and this lasted about from 8 to 4, so 8 hours. But on this day I decided to dress more casually, but when I like parked at the parking lot, I saw people around me and they were all dressed in like business casual and they looked a lot more fancy than I did, so I panicked and then I drove home and I changed, but I left my badge in the hotel room, so I had to get a visitor's pass to get into the building, which was very stressful because I was kind of late already, but like I got there and it was chill, like there was no big deal. After that, we had our Jason Derulo and Meghan Trainor concert. It was very exciting, very interesting at times. But it was my first concert and it was a pretty good experience. Jason Derulo sang a lot of songs off the top of my mind. He had In My Head, Talk Dirty, Swalla, What You Say. That's all I can remember right now. You know, you telling me no. And then Meghan Trainor came on. She sang a lot of songs and I didn't realize how many songs of hers that I knew. And yeah, so she sang No, Dear Future Husband, Like I'm Gonna Lose You, and then All About That Bass and a few other songs. So yeah, that was a pretty good experience at a concert for the first time, and yeah, that was it for Wednesday. On Thursday, we went to this expo that Walmart set up for all of the associates. So we went to go see the farm animals first. I took a picture with the tiny pony, and then this goat. I had said I wanted to see its face like in passing, and then the kid inside of the cage pulls its head over and like grabs it so I can see its face, which was a little bit aggressive and unexpected, but it was like nice of him, I guess, but I felt bad for the goat. And then we saw sheep, goat, baby goat, cow, pig, and I think there were some chickens, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, and then after that, we went to the next thing that was in our path, which was a pavilion where there were a lot of beauty things. So we went in and we saw that there were so many different companies there that had beauty products. And inside of here, we got a bunch of free products and samples. And they were also giving out free haircuts, which was pretty interesting. And of course, there is Vaseline and their giant bedazzled case of Vaseline, which I think was probably the best thing I saw that day. I am a big fan of Vaseline, so yeah. And then after that, we had a bunch of stuff in our hands and we needed to like get a bag, so we decided to go to the Walmart store where they were giving out bags. And so we saw like they had this little decoration for all of the associates, so AW Associates Week 2025. So we got our bags and then we went into this kind of barn area, and there was a big Tampax station for tampons, I guess. And they had a DJ in there, which was pretty cool. And they also had this claw machine, which was basically impossible because like the boxes were slippery and very not grabbable. After that, it came the food. We saw a lot of food stands. Each one had different samples of different products like the beauty stuff, but this time it's edible. And we got a lot of stuff. We went to every single stall and we got a lot of free samples. I got nachos, pizza, ice cream, more ice cream, and just a lot of different snacks. So you can see right there, that's my bag of snacks. And those are also my snacks, but I brought those. There were a lot of snacks and we collected all of them in our bag. So after that, we got snow cones and then we went back to one of the stalls that we saw because we saw people walking out of it with like giant cases of sparkling water. So we went over and we asked if we could get a case as well, and they gave us all 24 cans of sparkling water. So that was probably the biggest thing in our haul. If you want to see more of the haul, I'm going to post another video. On that same day, we had a baseball game for the Naturals. It's the minor league team in Arkansas. And yeah, it was like a baseball game, not the most fun, a little bit anticlimactic, but they fed us. I got a veggie burger and I ate a hot dog for the first time in like 10 years, and it wasn't bad. That was Thursday. And then finally we come to our last day, Friday. We all woke up super early, like at 5:30. The buses left at 6:30, so we had to be there on time. We got to this Associates Week celebration and there were a lot of people, lots of people from all parts of the world, and there was also Sam's Club and their employees who were very, very passionate about being a part of Sam's Club, which was pretty cool to see. So they had a bunch of performances for us, and we got to see first The Killers. At first I didn't really know any of their songs because I'm not familiar with them, but then they played Mr. Brightside and I was like, oh, I know this song. So that was our first performance that we saw. Next, they brought out Jimmy Fallon, and he was our host for the morning, and he sang us a little Walmart song.
Walmart, how they get lit. I'm fired up to party with the associates. Walmart, you're the best in the land, so we made you all wake up at 5 a.m. Walmart, I'm always impressed by how good you look in that sweet blue vest. Sexy. Walmart, don't you forget, Walmart's #1, so shove it, Target.
After that, they brought out Noah Khan. I don't know his songs that well. He has like that stick songs or something. But he came out and performed. It was pretty cool to see. I recognize a few of his songs, but I'm like not a big fan of him at all. They brought out Camila Cabello, and she sang her songs. From their international sector, they had people who knew African dance, and they came out and danced for us. And turns out there are a lot of countries in Africa that have Walmarts, which is a new fun fact that I did not know before. Then finally, they brought out Mr. Post Malone, which was the most exciting out of all of these since I knew him the best, and he sang quite a few songs. Off the top of my head, he sang Circles and Sunflower. And that was the morning. Then in the afternoon, I decided to go check out the gym, and it is pretty crazy. Like, it's huge, and this is the lobby, and they have so many things, including like so many rows of treadmills, which was pretty surreal to see. Lots of weight machines and free weights, and they also had like tire rolling station and core station and a relaxation station, and they had like their aquatic stuff, and they also had pickleball courts, tennis courts, basketball, volleyball, badminton courts, all of that. So it's a very big facility, and it's very cool, and I'm very excited to use it more. And they also have classes for us throughout the summer, so I will try to go to a few of those. So yeah, that was my first week at Walmart, and it was very special and probably a once in a lifetime experience, unless I do come back to Walmart as full-time, but even then they might not necessarily select me to go. So I really appreciate this experience, and I will see you next time.